I recently got to 500 subscribers over on my other channel, which is Nat's Health Journey. And in this video, I want to talk about exactly how many videos it took me to get to 500 subscribers, how many long form and short form videos I posted, and how long it took me to get to 500 subscribers. And I'm also going to talk about what I think went really well during my journey over on that channel, what I think went not so well, and what, with the benefit of hindsight, I might do differently in order to achieve that milestone sooner. So basically, over on that channel, Nat's Health Journey, I post videos about my health, fitness and weight loss journey. I wouldn't say within that very wide kind of category area that I have a specific niche yet either. So I certainly wouldn't call that niche in itself. The kind of health fitness area is a category within which there are tons of niches, say like intermittent fasting, eating like one meal a day is its whole like own niche, carnivore diet, calisthenics, is that how you say it? Anyway, different kinds of exercise, keto diet, all that sort of thing falls within that kind of broad category. So let's start out with some of the things that I think have gone really well over on that channel. So when I started posting to that channel, I actually batch recorded some of my early content. So I filmed about 5 videos and I edited 3 of them and I uploaded 3 actually on the exact same day to kickstart my channel. My thinking behind this at the time was that when I found a video by somebody that I really enjoyed that video, I would always look at their channel before deciding whether to subscribe. And looking at a brand new channel with no other content can be a bit off-putting. Do you think, well, is this just a one-off? Is this person going to keep showing up, putting content out there? Am I going to enjoy more than just this one video? So I thought if I had a few videos uploaded at the start, if somebody enjoyed one, it came across to the channel, they would see the other content. And actually, I don't think this, in hindsight, I'm not sure I would upload them all on the exact same day, but it certainly didn't do me any harm, and I got really good views on my initial 3 videos. So batch recording early on to kickstart a channel is something that I would 100% recommend. I also had some really clear video ideas when I launched my channel. Before I went ahead with my channel, I sat down, I wrote down a list of the videos that I wanted to make, and I considered which ones I should put out first, which ones I could go ahead with that would have the most interest from a potential audience. I think having that clear vision of the way forward for my channel really helped me, because early on I wasn't grappling with what to put up with next. I could always fall back on that list. Another thing I think went really well for me was putting out evergreen content. And what I mean by evergreen content is content which is going to last the test of time. People are going to keep coming back to even though it has aged. So I think for a lot of my videos, on this channel for example, and on my health and fitness channel, people might watch them initially, then the views fall away and they don't pick up again. Early on in my content, I put out a video on the one-to-one diet, which is, if you're old school, is the Cambridge diet. And now this is something that when I wanted to try the diet, the first thing I did was I went on YouTube, I searched for videos, I wanted a bit more information on the plan before I committed to it, because it was quite a lot of money. What I found though was there weren't very many videos, and all the videos that were up there, the majority of them were from consultants for the plan. So they had a financial interest in portraying the plan in a positive light. And I found it hard to actually perceive whether it was worth it or not. I had a couple of friends who were doing it, so basically I had to fall back on what they told me. Then after I had undertaken the plan, I made my own video to put up on YouTube about my experience, because what I didn't see that there was out there were many honest reviews of the plan from somebody who had no financial gain in portraying it in a certain light or not. So I felt like I was really balanced in my approach to the video. I covered some of the negatives and positives, and I felt like it was a really fair portrayal. And when I look now at my views over the last 28 days, I can see that people are still watching that video. So in the last 28 days, 153 views for that video. Given that it is an older video now, it's still getting those views. In the last 7 days, people are still viewing that video. So sometimes you do have to be careful when you're considering a video that there is going to be an audience there for it. So you have to do your research. If there aren't many videos on a topic, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll come up with an evergreen video that people will continue to watch in the long run. It might just mean that there isn't much interest in that topic. So you have to be looking to see, is this a topic that people are searching for? And is it a topic area where there aren't many videos? And if you can fall on something like that, then that is pretty golden, and it guarantees you to some extent a level of interest and a low level of competition in an area. Another thing that worked really well for me was creating a series. This is something that I do on this channel, in fact. Having a series means that every week or every month, you know that there is some sort of content that you're putting out there which fits with previous content. I think this is both good for you as a content creator because it gives you a bit of a plan of action, but it's also really great for your audience because if somebody is invested in a particular series, they're going to want to come back and watch your stuff week after week. So I put out a series of challenges that I like to undertake. I also did a short form series which was super helpful for me in growing my channel. One series in particular was where I was skipping every day. I'd seen another video in a totally different niche area, and I thought, well, I think I can do that over on my channel, and it would fit really well with my desire to increase my exercise. I've been really interested in picking up skipping because I'd heard it was really good for running fitness, and I was trying to get back into running at the time. So I started this skipping challenge to make it interesting. I was skipping one skip for every subscriber on the channel. So that meant people who were watching the videos were like not only invested in my progress, but if they subscribed, they could physically make me skip more. And over the course of 42 days on this challenge, I gained 222 new subscribers, which for a very small channel really blew my mind. So that's some of the stuff that worked really well. Let's take a look at some of the stuff that didn't work so well before we get stuck into the exact number of videos, both long form and short form, that I put out to get to 500 subscribers and how long it took me. So in terms of what worked not so well, I would say the number one is not being consistent. So I started out strong with the videos that I pre-recorded, the 3 videos that I'd edited in advance and got out. Then I continued to be able to put out content on a weekly basis, but this momentum was short-lived. My biggest mistake here was I had a clear plan in terms of how many videos I wanted to get out there. I wanted to get out one long form video every single week on my channel. What I didn't have was a clear plan of how I was going to record and edit those videos in order to upload something every single week. So the time, my process for, particularly for editing videos, was quite long-winded. It took me an awful lot of time to edit, and I know that if you're just starting a YouTube channel, you'll probably sympathise with me here. So I was editing on my laptop, and it would take me days, if not weeks, to get through a video. So what I've done now, with the benefit of hindsight, I wish I had known at the time of starting this channel, my health and fitness channel, was I really streamlined the process for both taking and editing my videos. So I now film all my videos on my phone and I edit them on my phone, which means I can do it on the go. I've also changed my editing style. It's much more minimalistic, more reasonable for my time constraints because I'm working 4 long days a week as a lawyer. I have 3 very young children. I just don't have a lot of time to sit around editing videos, and I'm juggling so much else in life. So with the benefit of hindsight, I would have had a clearer plan and I would have streamlined my process for editing my videos. Another issue I had was I started to really doubt myself. I started to doubt my decision to start the channel. I think the really hard thing when you're starting out on YouTube is it is a longer process, and we hear so much about people who manage to grow and monetize a channel in 10 weeks or gain 1,000 subscribers in 3 months. And yeah, sure, there are people out there who are doing that, but for the vast majority of people, it takes over a year to monetize a channel. So I think it's somewhere between 14 and 16 months, I believe. I need to look it up, but it's over a year for the vast majority of people who monetize a channel to monetize a channel. Now, of course, the vast majority of people who start on YouTube don't actually make it that far. And the reason they don't make it that far is, like me, they lose momentum, they start to doubt themselves, they start to post more inconsistently, they start to wonder what on earth they've done and whether they've made the right decision. And I ended up taking like a few months off from that channel. Part of the reason was because as my health and fitness journey, as I perceived it, wasn't going to plan, I felt like I couldn't show up putting content out there. This was a massive mistake, and what I should have done was just continue to show up authentically, just be myself, and share the struggles of my journey as well as all of the positives that I'd already shared. So I was so used to presenting like a successful health and fitness journey. When my journey wasn't going the way I wanted it to, I was like, well, I have no content. I can't continue putting content out there on YouTube when I have nothing positive to say. Like, 1 minute it's all going well, and then the next minute it's not going so well. What I should have done was just be honest, because what I like to see on YouTube is content from people like me who are going through similar things, who are being honest and sharing their struggles as well. You don't have to share like all the negatives and just be negative. I think there's a way you can share your struggles and also share, like I try to now, how I'm trying to overcome them. And YouTube has become a much more authentic place now. I think in general, people are getting sick of the whole cookie cutter lifestyle, everyone just showing the best bits, the whole highlight reel thing. So how many videos did it take me to get to 500 subscribers? So the halfway point, that coveted 1,000 subscribers. So it took me 29 long form videos and 75 short form videos to get to that figure. And I think for me, actually, I was quite shocked by the number of short form videos, but I find the short form videos are easier to make, and 42 of them fell within that skipping series. So like I say, if you have a series where you're showing up, doesn't have to be every day, it could be like every week. If you have a series where you're showing up, you know what your next video is about, it makes it so much easier to get that content out there. Now, in terms of time, how long did it take me to get from 0 to 500 subscribers on that channel? It took me a smidge over 1 year. So I posted my very first video to my channel on the 10th of November 2023. I hit 500 subscribers on the 16th of November 2024. So just a smidge every year to get to 500. But when I look at the figures, I think if I had continued, if I kept up momentum, then I could well be at this point looking at a channel that had 1,000 subscribers. So I have 29 long form videos. If I had put out a long form video every single week for the past year, then, you know, and perhaps continued with another series, a short form series, I could even have monetized my channel by this point. And I think it's easy to look back and regret and think, oh gosh, if I'd only done things differently. But the point of this channel for me is not to just monetize a channel. I'm not growing a channel in order to make money. And absolutely my focus at the moment is basically keeping myself accountable and keeping myself on my health and fitness journey, because since I started posting again consistently to my channel in the past 10 weeks, I have felt way more on it with my health and fitness journey. And what that has done for me and my confidence in myself is like amazing. So I feel so much better for feeling like I'm actually putting the energy back into my health again, and putting myself as a priority. Showing up for my videos every week holds me accountable. So for me right now, what is more important is just showing up, being accountable. But if I was to look at this channel as say a future side hustle and a means of making some money, then I think I would go like all out with a couple of videos, a couple of long form videos a week. I would switch up, I'd have my long form series, but I'd switch up the topics for my long form content, and I'd look at putting out more short form content as well. I know a lot of people say that short form content isn't worth it, but I found that it didn't do me any harm. It definitely helped. Do you get everyone come across from short form views to watch your long form content? No, you don't, of course. but I definitely feel like you do get some people who come across and come to like know you a little bit, like seeing your content and want to see more from you. What I found when I stopped posting my skipping content, my short form content as part of that series, is I did have people go back and comment on some of the older videos asking like how I was, that they missed me and they wanted to see my content. So I definitely saw that there was that continued engagement from that short form content. So I really hope that this has helped you if you're at the beginning of your journey, and you're seeing all the videos from people who are saying, you know, I monetize the channel in, I mean, I've seen them from like a week to a month, 12 weeks, for example, and you're thinking, I want that, because if you're trying to grow your channel, I think a lot of us, we look at those videos and we think, I want that, why can't I do that? And then when that doesn't happen, you start to doubt yourself, you start to lose momentum, you start to become more inconsistent, more inconsistent, that is right English. You start to become less consistent, you're not showing up as often, and that affects your results. But really, I hope this is encouraging to you that if you keep plugging away, I strongly believe that my channel will continue to grow as long as I am continuing to show up with valuable content. I think that's the crucial part here, is that you continue to show up with valuable content. If you just keep churning content out week after week, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will grow on YouTube, but if you keep putting your all into it and making sure that your content is valuable, then you will continue to see your channel grow. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.